Alright, folks. Twilight, Part 1. Um, Aside from being unfortunately named in retrospect, this is a great opener. Uh, First you have Bella and Edward. No, I'm kidding. This is, uh, this is a big, dark side, New Gods story, with the Justice League slammed in the middle. And Brainiac to boot. I mean, you can't almost. It is so big. It is really, really big. There's nothing that you can. They upped the animation budget. It's you can tell. They went to the widescreen format, so it has that more cinematic feel. And they have this big epic storyline going on here. Just everything is designed to just grab you and not let go. And it's got great voice cast in it. You've got Michael Ironside as Darkseid, which take your ball and go home. You already won. Perfect casting, done so well. So well. You have Ron Perlman as Orion, and it's always fun to hear Ron Perlman. Who doesn't enjoy Ron Perlman? It's not the most complex character he's ever gets to play. I mean, Ryan is always kind of just single-minded and kind of not flat, but he's always just a single-minded. He doesn't have a lot of nuance, but. And you have a character like with Ron Perlman, he can do a lot with a little, which is probably why he was cast, because Orion is kind of the nail on the head hammer kind of guy. So you need someone who can mine that for whatever you can get. You have Renee Arn-Bejois as Desaad for all of 5 minutes before I'm pretty sure Darkseid just upped and killed him. Another sign that in this they are not messing around. Desaad just starts going on about how stupid of a plan that Darkseid had, and he doesn't think and goes one step too far, and Darkseid blows him to hell. Too bad, so sad, I guess. I mean, it's depressing that you don't have more of Renee in the episode, but it's decided to, once again, is that grab, that shock. Okay, holy crap, he just blew up Desaad. Where are we going now? You have Caliban. Caliban. I always get those two confused. Leaves Caliban. Fuck. Yeah. Played by Michael Dorn. It's kind of funny because the character does look a little bit like a Klingon. So you're kind of sitting there like waiting for him to pull out a backlift or something. But Michael Dorn always does a good job, and here he has that weird thing you have with the character where he's trying to be strong and trying to be. You could just tell at heart he's really a weak-willed toady, and Michael Dorn pulls that off with just the little he has to work with. The regular cast does a great job. Everything in this story clicks. And everything I've been wanting to see is here. Another thing, this episode, and I don't know if this carries all the way through in the series forward, but Superman feels like Superman. That level of power, that level of force that I felt was so lacking in the first season, where he would just seem to get knocked around all the time by almost anybody. Here, he really feels like the force of nature, this powerful entity that he's supposed to be, and I'm just cheering that. That's really good. I like that most of the humor in the entire episode is Batman. They give everything that's funny about this episode is all wrapped up with what Batman is doing. You wouldn't think Batman is the funny character, and he's not. He's not even trying to be funny, really. He's just commenting or just in situations that are kind of they're funny or silly, or you get to see him get beat up a little bit, but in with a comedic tone. But it still works. It doesn't betray the spirit of at least the version of Batman that they've created for the series. I know there's more than one. It doesn't betray the Batman that the animated series has established. It doesn't betray the Batman that I am partial to. It somehow makes that work. It makes Batman funny, but in a way that still makes it Batman. That's great writing. I don't even know how they did it. I don't even know how they managed to make that work as well as it does. There's a great scene towards the beginning between Superman and Batman. Darkseid comes asking for help, and Superman pretty much tells him to, blow it out his ass. Which, everybody else is like, whoa, wait a minute, Superman, you can't say that. And he's like, you do not know this man. You do not know how evil and twisted and sick this guy is. And, it's almost worth it. And Batman, you don't know Darkseid like I do. And Batman goes into essentially what is exposition. Because we haven't seen Darkseid since the end of the Superman animated series. And he gives kind of a brief recap of what went on there. And how he used Superman and just really, really screwed Soups over and messed with his head. And just tells him to, grow up and get over it. And it's such a toe-to-toe moment. And that it's so great because it shows the no fear in Bruce, because he's standing toe-to-toe with the most powerful being on Earth, or, well, in this case, the Watchtower, and he's staring him right in the face. No fear. And that's the crazy thing about Batman, especially in these things, when you realize that, yeah, he's still going to be Batman. He's still going to have that intensity, that lack of fear, and that challenge. He's going to stand to next to this person who could squish him in a microsecond and not back down. It adds such a punch to everything he's saying. When it's someone like on equal power, it doesn't carry as much weight. But always when it's the one character, when it's a character who is going to stand up to some force or some entity, regardless, it's of how big it is compared to them, that always has that punch. There's what was it like the Captain America versus Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. That's of course that's Marvel. But that works in that moment, and it feels so strong. So they go to Apocalypse, and it's being attacked by Brainiac. Uh, I like that they also set up a plausible reason for why the invasion by Brainiac is as big a threat as it is. They have uh, Darkseid makes a play for the anti-life equation. It goes badly. His palace gets wrecked. His forces get wrecked. I mean, it is a bad day to be Darkseid in terms of yeah. He, pretty much everything he has been reduced to rubble. And here comes Brainiac in his super warship thingy to absorb all the technology of his planet, which, when you really think about it, imagine Brainiac getting Mother Box technology. You just go, no, 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 no. Very, very, very bad. And then he's going to blow it up, which most people in the universe would not consider a large loss. But getting his hands on that technology would be beyond bad. So they show up and they start, they work a little bit together. I mean, it's mostly the Justice League doing their own thing. And kind of Superman and Darkseid sort of have a team up. It's more of like Superman is used as bait, and then Darkseid zaps him, and then it works. It works. It's not team up is the wrong word. They were working together for a collective goal that just team up might be the right word, but when you watch it, it's not that. It is the antithesis of a team up. It's somehow still. I mean, they're working towards the same goal of defeating Brainiac, but they couldn't be further apart. So they go after him, and now they're on. They get sucked into Brainiac's asteroid M. Another Marvel reference, of course, to explain stuff going on in DC, because I'm not smart enough, I'm not clever enough to come up with interesting references. I just pull from the Marvel bag, like, oh, here's something from Marvel I can say, and I, instead of taking it as it is, I don't know why I do that so much, but I guess it helps me. But no, really solid, really epic, and on to part 2.